Okay, so here's how to set up the projectiles for third person view. So you got your normal third person character on start marker, change the camera as you like. Um, but yeah, this is only for third person, so it's only straight sort of movement. You can't fire up or down hills. Um, so what you need is, this is the actual projectiles, and this is the decals that will be shown when you actually hit. You do need the same number or more of these. It doesn't have to be exact, I've just put down like a whole load. So for the projectiles, you have to assign them a name, which is going to be like the name of the actual gun your character uses. So it does show on screen, but you could change that if you wanted to, I suppose, in the scripts. So it's best to actually use a proper, or your desired weapon name here. Then you have to do the actual script here, which is third P projectile. And then it's probably best to put them to always active, just so that they can always stay a good distance away from the player. Like if you decide to run backwards or something, there's a chance they might go out of your range, or if you die, I suppose. Actually, I think it might actually just not work at all if you don't put them always active. So yeah, just put them always active anyway, and then give them a sound for when they actually fire. I suppose technically I could add a sound for hitting stuff, but I haven't done that yet. So that's that one. Then on the decals are required at the moment. I suppose I could take them off if we see fit, but for now you don't have to worry about the name. All you have to do is just make sure you give them the right script, and again set them always active. So for this one it's third P projectile decal, and yeah, just make sure they're always active as well, because they're hidden and placed near you all the time. And then you've got the ammo pickups here, which just needs to be called the same weapon and then ammo afterwards. And then just change the strength to how many you want to give. You can change this per entity, obviously, so you can have some ammo stacks that are larger, some are smaller, etc. Or just put them all the same, up to you. But this one is called third P projectile ammo .lower. And then of course give it the sound for picking it up as normal. This one doesn't have to be always active, so you can just leave that as normal, like you would with the normal ammo, basically. So this does have to have a separate script, because obviously these are not part of the weapon system. You've got to have a custom stat used, which I'll show you in here. So basically you have to assign your own gun values here. So while you can't change the weapon in-game yet, eventually you would probably be able to, and that would be able to, with a little bit of tweaking, you could update this here and have different guns. You'd have another script obviously for changing the weapon, but that wouldn't be that hard to do. And then you could just change this number to have different values. So basically you've got one for how fast the actual projectiles fly, one for how much damage they do, one for the fire delay. So if you set this to a really low number, then you get like a rapid fire machine gun. If you set it to a higher number, then you get something like sniper rifle / rocket launcher type speed, or etc. Something like that. And then you've got your actual starting ammo, and then you've got your upper limit, which is basically just like if you get to that limit, you can't pick up any more ammo off the ground. And these are the ones you would use on your HUD. So, for example, in mine I have just a basic text, but you can see I've got my minimum, my current ammo, and then my max ammo shown. So there's no reloading of the guns. I could add that, but we'll see how it goes. For now, on the decal, the only thing you really probably want to change is how long the decal's shown for. So obviously this is half a second. So it's just a quick flash on the screen and then disappears. But if you wanted to have the decal stay around for a lot longer, you could change that. The only problem with that is you would have to have like a lot of projectiles, because obviously if you start firing loads, then this decal will have to be moved again. So it's like one projectile and one decal per shot, and they always stay at the same one. So if you fire the gun and it hits, then the decal is shown. But if you fired the same bullet again quite quickly before the decal was hidden, it would just probably hide the decal quite quick, actually, thinking about it. So you would kind of have a problem with that. You would have to have lots of projectiles if you wanted the decals to stay around a lot longer to try and fix that, because then it would take you longer to get around to the first bullet that had fired previously, if that makes sense. This is the ammo script for picking up, so you can change the range and the angle of where you can see it to pick it up. It will also, as expected, hit objects, so you can't pick it up through walls, etc. And then, like I say, the name is shown down here, so maybe you'd want to change that. These two values. If you don't want to change the name of the gun on the player, then you could change it in there. So anyway, let's run. So the basic setup is quite simple, but there's quite a bit of depth to it. You can change things as you like. So you can see I've got 0 of 1,000. For some reason, even setting the player's ammo to 0 gives you 1 bullet, so you'd have to work out how to fix that. As you can see, it says collect Colt ammo because that's the weapon I'm holding, but it's not actually technically a Colt, as you can see. Apart from that first shot that I fired. So I can pick up this one. Got 97. So if I hold down the mouse, just rapid fires. Or you can click it for a single shot. So you can see the projectiles are fairly slow. So if I do, let's go back into this one, I can change this and give it a really high value. And we'll give myself some ammo for the start as well. So now I've got 100, and the projectiles are much faster. I'm not entirely sure they'll hit 100% accurately at this speed, but it should be pretty decent. Yep, seems pretty good. But yeah, if the projectiles are moving too fast, there is a chance it will go through things. Which is a bit of a shame. It's simply because they just can't raycast. Oh, run out of ammo. So yeah, if you run out of ammo, you can't fire anymore, obviously. So yeah, a few of them are going through, so you'll have to play around with it. See if you can find a decent speed that works for you. Probably 900 might be decent. Not much you can do about it. I suppose you could have rewrite it a different way. To work out the hit instantly. Yeah, I think too fast projectiles would be better suited to a different script, where you work out the hit first and then do the thing next. That seems bad.